The Dual Nature of Design Management, a paper lead authored by Erkko Pikas. I am the second author, and then there are Nils Tredal from NCC, Vegard Knotten from Veidekke, and Trond Bølviken from Veidekke. So, Ergo is my PhD student, and he is one of the boldest explorer of the conceptual landscape whom I know. So there are two very theoretical persons here, and then three persons from the industry. So I think it's a good balance. How to change? And the starting point is that design fails often, and this is a long-standing situation, and there have been statements claiming that actually one of the reasons is that we do not understand what design or design management is, and of course you can see reference to me and Ergo himself here. So the problem here is how has, if so, how has this poor conceptualization of design management been preventing the improvement and progress? And it is done in a almost design science research approach by developing a conceptual framework which would solve the problem. Which problem? Especially the problem that there are two views, technical view and social view on design and management. And most people tend to orient towards either. And this is a long-standing problem in many fields, in social sciences, in management especially. I have been arguing that management should include also the technical part, but there are just empty eyes when I argue this. And in the same way, those people who are in the technical kind of department are not very happy or keen to advance understanding on the social side. So, and this is very much also the tenet of his dissertation, combining the technical and social understanding in design and its management. However, concepts are like recipes. How do we use them? And of course, recipes are used for making dishes which are served. So which are the dishes in these cases? So somewhere there in the middle there are frameworks, and we need them. The human mind needs frameworks for being able to proceed, and they need to be at the suitable level, not too simple, not too complex, and on the other hand, they should provide as accurate a picture of the world as possible. And actually, there is another level, namely visual representation of such frameworks, and we are coming later to those. And here we have, I think, one of the most illuminating figures Ergo has developed. So if design has both a technical side and a social side, so what exactly are they? And here he has succeeded in presenting all in one picture. What is the technical side? I wonder whether anybody has succeeded in pointing here towards. No. Yeah. Anyway, there are individuals in the design situation. There are design artifacts, drawings, models in the computer, and so there are subject-object actions. This is the technical side. We are using theories from physical sciences, standards, calculations, whatever, to do that side. But these individuals are also in forming a social system. So there are subject interactions, and of course the individuals have their cognition and they are thinking in their mind, so there's this cognitive loop from each individual. And this all leads to emergent phenomena, shared understanding, existence of trust or not, and collaboration and common ground, common understanding of the situation and so on. So the problem is really how to get this out into our understanding of design management. And here Ergo is using the activity theory. And again, I'm putting the whole slide to be visible. And here the question is, so what is so special in humans? And there are many answers, or humans interpret things and so on. Actually, this activity-based design, activity theory has another understanding, and here not only the positivist paradigm, which is based on natural science, but also many paradigms which are usually seen as social science paradigms and seen as capturing something essential from being a human, are lumped under naturalistic design conceptualizations. Naturalistic in the sense that we see something in the nature and we try to describe and theorize as it is there. This activity-based activity theory adds a pre-understanding there, namely that being a human is a process where human action is fundamental for cognition, for interpretation, for everything that is human. So we should have this activity as the central unit of analysis. And just a bit into this direction, so Ergo has defined building design based on activity theory understanding, and the building design is a purpose-directed system where motivation, cognition, and behaviors are integrated with respect to the bringing into being of a new building. Motivation, cognition, behaviors are the human, social side, and bringing into being is the technical side. Activity theory has a multi-scale or multi-level understanding of human activity. Activity, say, structural design, consists of tasks, say, design of one column, and that task consists of action, say, a certain calculation there. which then consist of operations which are subconscious. So there's a kind of framework there for understanding cognition. Coming then to design management, we need to be comprehensive. So something has to be done before designing, so it is design system design. Then we are designing its design system operation, and afterwards we can improve. And this is pretty much the technical side. Then we have social aspects. There have been some proposals in the literature regarding what that is. Ergo wants to emphasize especially this development of shared mental models on task and process. And going then to this proposed framework. So we have design system design, operation and improvement, and we have explicitly the two views, technical view and social view. And the technical view is pretty much what has been there in project management. We start with design system design, where the outcome is a system which can do the required transformation, realize the flows and produce the value. On the social side, we have requirement that we organize a system where design argumentation can occur in the best possible way, or where knowledge explication can occur in the best possible way. What is there in each box is not so important, because this is the first trial. The important thing is to have those two views and the understanding that there's something in each view and to go forward. The visual models are important for kind of serving our frameworks. And here one example of a visual model that is possible to create based on this framework, especially the multi-level idea from activity theory. If we then look at just execution, what can be done? And here our starting point is in something. Is there anybody from Veidekke? No, they are afraid of being here, but there are other Norwegians, so they know that Veidekke has had something that is called PIG. Oh, there is, yeah, PIG. And it is based on the TFE theory. And here, this idea and concept of PIG has been augmented so that it is containing also the social aspects. So first it contains the cognitive task, identify, generate, develop, evaluate, and it contains the social communication task, dialogue, language, action, perspective. Earlier, dialogue was an arrow going inside, but here it is a part of the system and task. So this may seem very modest gain, but actually in this way the social aspect has been taken in, and then in the next stages there can be thinking, how can this language action perspective be better implemented as PAS has been presenting, and so on. So this is the practical part of this. So design activity is an extremely complex phenomenon, and accordingly design management must reflect that complexity. So design management is influenced how design activity as such is conceptualized. So ergo is arguing that designing should be conceptualized as human activity, not as a thing, as a representation or an event decision making, and holistic design management has those two parts, object and subject oriented, technical and social few sides. Thank you.